Say welcome to all you market makers and profit takers. This is your Forex University Professor at yourforexuniversity.com. We're about to take a review of the market, looking at the week ending of July 25th, 2014. We're going to see what's going on, what's been happening, and what we're anticipating. Uh, let's move on over to here, what we're looking at now. Oh my. What do we have here? Oh, this is the franc. Okay, let's look at it. First of all, remember last week we talked about it breaking off that real short trend line and coming off of this move. It's the first time we've seen a long trend on the dollar franc for over a year now, and it's actually making that happen. We've got a new high against a new higher low. We've broken these trend lines. We've also, if you take a look here, you'll see we've broken outside of the consolidated area and that resistance point as well here along the 90.13 area. We closed well up into it, and we're reaching this next trend line. We've got to keep an eye on it, but if we break this high, I mean, obviously that's bullish. Real quick though, oh, and remember we talked about this double bottom. This was a strong double bottom when we compared it with the RSI. Let's take a look at this RSI real quick so that we can revisit that video that was made weeks ago when we looked at it. See the lows, the two double bottom lows here against the strength that's here. The strength is pushing against these bottoms here. All right, let's close that back up. Okay. Had an alert go off. All right. Oh, yeah, we're closing. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Can't you appreciate the non-scripted video? I know I would. Anyway, all right. So we're looking for things to break that high. If it does, where is the resistance that we might be interested in? Let's take a look. Well, at this point, it's a good idea to put a Fibonacci against the highest high and this low here, and look for a retracement level, which is, oh, this looks like a beautiful one right here around the 91.30s. Okay, 91.34, somewhere in there. We're looking at a possible retracement on the long term of the downtrend. Remember, we're looking at a weekly chart here. So right now we're at 90.46, and another 100 pips or so, we'll be meeting with a resistance level. All right, so that's the franc. Let's move on back over here to the Aussie and go in order here, the way we usually do it. As you can see, there's a little weakness. Last week we hit the ceiling, and it's held it. There still has been no breaking below the trend line. It's still, quote unquote, in a bullish long-term trend that has not been broken yet, but it's showing signs of waning, very much so. And even though the Aussie is the stronger the pairs right now, it just looks like for a moment we're going to have a little bit of a dollar strength coming forward, especially if, like we said with the franc, if we see these highs break and these lows break and things. Well, let's draw over to the euro real quick. We can see that we've already closed below that last resort trend line here, right here at the bottom. This trend line, this long-term baseline, and it's broken it. If we see some movements that break that low, which it looks like it's going to by the looks of this formation, we're definitely downtrending on the euro dollar right now, presently closing out the week at 134.28. And once again, just like we did with the franc, which is the opposite of the euro in a sense in terms of its patterns and its movements, we'll take a look and see where the resistance lies on the Fibonacci there. Let's take this low and to the highs, and we're looking somewhere in the 132.30s, the low 132.31, 32, somewhere in there. And if you look across the board at that level, you can see that there is support and resistance holding, and previously, historically, as you can see, right in here, over this way. You see it here and here and here and over here momentarily. Notice how when it broke through it, it really fell through hard. okay, because that floor had given out. So that's a good level right there for the euro to look for a retracement or a correction, or possibly a reversal back into a new uptrend at 132.31. Okay, I hope you're taking notes. Moving on to the pound which has been very strong. Very strong uptrend, very steep uptrend movement that's been going on here. It's finally reaching an area right now. It has not broken the trend line. It's closing deep. But this 169.72, if we look historically, let's see if we can see anything on that. 169.72, not really. Not until we get all the way back to the 168.35-ish areas. Let's slide across and see if we see anything. Let me put a hash mark in here. 170s, 50s. Not really seeing a whole lot in that area besides the 170, 199, 172. So with that in mind, we'll just skip on back to where we are and open it up so we can see what we're doing. And so that 179, I'm sorry, 170, 199, and 172. Notice, remember we just looked at, that's where this head hit the ceiling and it's pushing it back down. So very likely we're going to see for a couple of weeks possibly some more downtrending if anything. If it's not going to hold this week, it's definitely going to come tumbling looking for some form of support. So let's take a look over here real quickly. Let's put a Fibonacci against these highs and these lows and see where that would be. The 25 is something to be considered because of the steep movement, the momentum that has been taking place since July of last year. This trend has been so strong. So we can consider that this 25 GAN area would be something to look at. And that comes in roughly around 166.10, 166 area. And as you can see, there is a level of support there. As we can see historically, there is a legitimate support level. So because of the momentum that the pound has been enjoying, we could see that level as a retracement. The next level, which is a much stronger support level, which would be somewhere in the area of 162.80s, 162.70s. So we will be looking for those as well in the event that we see a reversal or a correction, really is what it would really turn out to be, unless we start breaking these support levels. All right. Did we look at the CAD? No, we did not. The Canadian dollar, US dollar. Oh, yes. Notice that we've gotten above it. We've made our way past there. We've closed up at above the trend line. If we break that, we've got a new, got some new momentum going on. Okay, for the short term, we've seen the Canadian dollar coming down. It's met with that support level. I remember weeks ago we talked about this support level where it's at right now. Along this support, remember we talked about how all of these various support levels from various Fibonacci trends were clumping up together right in here, and that's exactly where it stopped and reversed. That's good analysis, if I do say so myself. So what do we do now? Well, we have to wait and see whether or not we can break this high. And if we do break the high, of course, we're looking right up in here somewhere. We've got another clump of resistance levels. Possibly we could start seeing some consolidation. I don't know. Let's see. What is that level? Around the 108.50s. Okay, that's not very far away. Oh, as a matter of fact, we've got the 108.60 resistance written in on this chart to keep us reminded of what that is. So we'll probably see some momentary reaction to that level. We don't know if it'll break it or whether or not it will hold it. But Quick View will let us know when that time comes. And it very well may be this week. So let's hold on to your hats and let's just keep our watchful eye. Once again, here we are. We're still in this long all year consolidation, but it's not going to stay that way for much longer. We're getting to the end of this formation. Looks a little bullish this week. And if you really start, I know last week I was kind of bearish on it because I was looking for it to break that low. It never broke the low. Guess what that means? Yeah, right. It's not bearish. It didn't break that low. But let's zoom in real quick and see. Notice how often the support level is holding. That means one of two things. Either this support level is so strong, and oh, notice that it's teaming up with the trend line as well, right in here, okay? The RSI, Relative Strength Index, is not really helping us a whole lot right now because it's so flat and the range has been so small. However, breaking of either one of these two with closes above or below them is going to let us know what this Japanese yen is going to do. Again, we're still stuck in that mode. Not looking for, once we knew that things were consistent, we'll have a lot easier time with the yen. The main problem with the yen has been over the last year, since the beginning of the year, has been its small range. It just is not moving very much at all. So, but every now and then, as you can see from the records, we'll make a small profit. Let me get rid of this RSI because we really don't need it anymore at this point. It's not doing us a whole lot of good. All right, anything that we missed? What did we miss? We did the franc, we did the Canadian dollar, pound, euro, Aussie. Okay, there we go. All right, here we are on the Kiwi dollar. Meeting support once again, just like all the other pairs that are paired against the US dollar. We're at a threshold area right now. Everything is poising itself for a move. Let's take a look and see what happens if we can break these lows on this. Keep in mind that the Kiwi has reached all-time highs within the last few weeks, and that's where we're at. And as you can see, it's being held. It's coming back now. Are we coming back because of sell-offs and taking profit? Are we coming back simply because of what? That's the thing you have to consider. Are we seeing this massive drop over the last 2 weeks? I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to make you guess. It's sell-off. Okay, it's a sell-off, and you've got a lot of people waiting for a retracement. Where are they going to be looking for the retracement? Will it be the running line or the baseline? Well, by these highs being all-time highs, you're going to have situations where a lot of the vanilla or the newbie type traders that got in kind of late on this move out of their greed are going to start getting real nervous. Actually, they already are. They're kind of frantic and desperate right now. So they're going to be looking to let go. It's going to be some more selling. Now, these at the beginning here, this first couple of weeks, this was a sell-off of profit takers. Now we're looking at the possible sell-off of the desperate, which will bring us into a place of support. And right now we're looking at a place of support, which is at this area here of 84.27 or so. So the lower end, possibly even as high as the 50s, 84.50s, but somewhere in that area of the 8400s, possibly around 84.30ish or so, you're going to see support. You're going to see people waiting to buy, and you're going to probably get a double bottom. Now, if that does not happen, we're looking for it to continue to move down till it finds this base trend line down here. But we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Also, keep in mind to keep a look on your new calendar alert. Make sure there are no major news reports that are going to be coming out this week. If so, you want to pay attention to them because they will have an effect on the price with the Kiwi dollar. Okay, that's it for the week ending of July 25th, 2014. I am your Forex University Professor here at YourForexUniversity.com, wishing you all the best in your trading and profitability.